The following 5-minute program has been paid for by the Boren for Governor Committee. Now, here are the candidates.
Hello, I'm David Boren. A few weeks ago, one state television station invited all the Democratic candidates to appear in a face-to-face debate. I accepted that invitation because I think it's important that the people have a chance to see the candidates side by side facing the same issues in a debate. I believe very strongly in the people's right to know. I'm sorry to say that the other two Democratic candidates did not accept the invitation to appear and debate the issues. I'm sorry they weren't there. There are a number of questions that I would like to have asked these candidates. For example, if Governor Hall had been there, I would like to have said, Mr. Hall, I'd like to know why you signed bills into law which spent almost $2 million on a new airplane and on tunnels to get the state employees across the street at a time when we were shorting our medical center $1.5 million. At a time when we would not spend the $1 million I proposed to establish residencies for more family practice doctors to help the rural areas of the state. And I'd like to have asked Mr. McSpadden, why, after 18 years of inaction in the state Senate, did he only start talking about changing the inheritance tax, the unfair inheritance tax on the women of this state, after I did something about it in the legislature this past year? I'd like to have asked both of the candidates, both Mr. Hall and Mr. McSpadden. One's been governor, the other's been in office 20 long years. I'd like to have asked them why neither one of them came forward and supported my efforts for open committees in the state legislature, supported my efforts to make all of the votes in the committees a matter of public record so that the people could find out what was happening to the important bills that were being killed in House and Senate committees. Neither one of them raised a finger. In fact, Mr. McSpadden, after 18 years in the state Senate of inaction on this issue, even continued to vote for closed committee meetings in Congress. I believe very strongly that we need new leadership in Oklahoma. I believe that we need a governor who will stick his neck out and take a stand, not one who waits to see how the wind is blowing on the issues before he tells the people where he stands. I'm ready to face the issues. I want to take responsibility as governor of this state for what needs to be done. I want to be accountable to you, the people. This is not the time to avoid the issues. This is not the time for negativism. This is the time to talk about positive leadership. This is the time not to run down our country or to run down our state. This is the time for all of us as citizens to talk about what we can do to make Oklahoma a better place to live. This is the time for all of us to rally and realize our responsibilities as citizens. There are things that I want to do for Oklahoma. I want to invest the next 4 years of my life in serving as your governor because I want to see us change the welfare system, the abuses under it, a system that's taking $1 out of every 3 that comes into state government. And yet our old people and the disabled in this state are not getting enough to live on in these inflationary times. They're not getting enough to buy the food and the medicine and the clothing that they need. This is a disgrace. It needs to be changed. And at the same time that we're depriving our old people of what they really need, we have young, able-bodied people who ought to be working for any check that they draw. We're wasting them too. We should have them in training and work programs. We're wasting valuable human resources in this state. It's time for positive action. Let's think about the good things that we can do. Let's think about the positive things that we can do. I need your help to be elected. With your help, I can and I will win.
It's time for a change. If you're tired of the old guard politics, it's time to help David Boren clean up Oklahoma. Hall has had his chance as governor. McSpadden has had 20 long years to do something. You can help David Boren sweep out the old guard. Vote for David Boren, Democratic candidate for governor. This program has been paid for by the Boren for Governor Committee.